a preferred bidder has been identified. Now the lawyers are tidying up the paperwork, and we expect that what you call sale and purchase agreements to be finalized. And then once you sort that out, then they will work to get the necessary regulatory approvals.
Welcome back. We're still with Peter Permell. We're now discussing the issue of Clico and British American Trinidad. As you know, last week, the governor of the central bank announced that these portfolios of the two companies are going to be sold to preferred bidder. And of course, this matter has been outstanding for close to 10 years now. What are your views on the announcement that the governor made?
Well, first of all, I want to say it's a welcome announcement, because I wrote a letter to the editor, and I think it's been in the Express also, that it's been some time since last we heard anything about the Clico resolution plan.
November 2015.
2015, yeah. So this was really a welcome announcement. Based on what I gathered, because I think there's something up on the website, the central bank website, and from the reportage that I saw, is the central bank governor saying basically we are at the tail end of this resolution plan. There's going to be a transfer for value of the traditional portfolio. There's going to be some sale of some additional assets. The government actually is in a position to get back the balance, which is about $4 billion that is still owed. I think it came down from 17.9, they got back 13.9, so the difference is about $4 billion. And I welcome that, because certainly this has been long outstanding. Taxpayers need to get back all the money that they put out. And the fact of the matter is, there's still some outstanding issues that need to be addressed, and hopefully those will be addressed in the fullness of the resolution.
The value of those portfolios is about $8 billion.
Yes.
What do you think the government or the central bank should negotiate for a portfolio of $8 billion? Well, what is the value that it will get?
Well, you think a lot of people don't understand, when you are transferring for value, which is an a euphemism for selling. You're selling the portfolio. What you're selling are really assets and liabilities, and you have to have a match between your assets and your liabilities. Any prospective buyer is not necessarily going to pay more for your portfolio than the amount of assets that you have in that portfolio to match the liabilities of the policyholders. If you are able to do that, it means that there must be something very attractive either about the assets or about the demographics of your portfolio. I don't know the specifics, but my understanding is they have been trying to get this portfolio sold for some time now. The mere fact that it has taken this long, it means that people are a bit hesitant to take it up. So the announcement that they have gotten a buyer is certainly a significant one.
Do you have any idea who the preferred bidder is?
I haven't the foggiest, but I know you had names being bandied about. I don't know if I can call names on your program, but you were hearing names like Sagicor, you were hearing names like Guardian, you're hearing some of the big players in the market. But to say that there is one specific prospective buyer that I'm aware of, your guess is as good as mine.
Well, I am told that Guardian Holdings is not
one
interested.
Okay, I wouldn't be surprised, because I suspect there will be a concentration in the market, because Guardian already has a significant market share. So to add Clico to that is gonna skew things,
How long do you think the process of selling these assets is going to take?
Well, it's not really a sale of the assets, it's a transfer of the assets. So the new insurance company or service provider is going to acquire all those assets. And they are going to also acquire the liabilities, and they will now have to manage.
How long is that process going to take?
Well, there's a question of vesting of assets, which we've heard in the case of Petrotrin. So there would have to be, I think Parliament may have to be involved in that whole process. Your guess is as good as mine again, but I don't think that should take pretty long. I don't think it should take more than a year. Let's put it as a really outer limit. It could take much less than that, but a year for the max, I would think.
And in your view, there are outstanding issues with regard to the EFPAs. Very briefly, just tell me what those are.
Yeah, that's correct. From the reportage, I got the impression that there's going to be some deregistering of Clico as an insurance company. So what that means is that Clico will no longer be doing insurance business, writing insurance business, period. And therefore, while the traditional portfolio, everybody's aware that those are insurance products. A lot of people are not aware that the EFPA policies are also insurance products or insurance policies. courtesy of Ms. Karen Nunes Teixeira when she went to the Parliament in 2009 and ensured that those are classified as insurance policies. So that those policies, the residual balances on those policies, which will be considered liabilities, are still outstanding, and those have to be extinguished. So it's not just and remember, the government would have already got back all their money, their $4 billion that they said is the balance. So what needs to happen is that in order for Clico to be deregistered, all insurance liabilities need to be extinguished. And therefore the question arises, who is going to be paid that money? It's certainly not the government, because they have said that they're not interested. It's either the shareholders, or it's going to be those policy holders who only got a portion of what they were entitled to.
Peter Permell, thank you very much for joining us this evening.
You're most welcome, Anthony. Anytime.
When we come back, Emily Elias talks about TSTT and about the cost of building standards into